to stay in the moment. You know, when those worst days are there, you have to stay in the moment. You can't keep looking at your big goal, your dream goal. You can't set those goals up there and then go in there and feel defeated. You can't go up there and go, shit, I got to be a $5 million company today, because you're going to be defeated. You got to go, hey, how do I get 1 sale today? And then tomorrow, how do I get 2 sales? And then the next day, how do I get 3 sales? It's AGB, always getting better 1%. So how do you get to that point? You have to stay in the moment. If we just listen sometimes to that weak voice inside our body that says, oh, you can do it later. Oh, hit the snooze button. Oh, put that off. You can eat that. Like, dude, like, that, dude. Like, smash that voice and take control. Smash that voice and say, that. I am going to do what I need to do to win. I have those really bad days where I just I don't even want to get up today. Like, I'm just exhausted. I don't want to put in the hours. I don't want to take the kids to school. I don't want to go to work. I don't want to do a podcast. I don't want to coach. I don't want to help build this business. I don't want to do that today. Like, you get in these funks. Problem is you let those funks control you, and you have to control the funk. You have to understand that this is just a moment of feelings that will change. Your perspective and attitude will change several times throughout the day. Think about that. Your perspective and attitude will change several times throughout the day. So that moment that you're feeling down and there's going to be later on in the day that you feel good, or that you feel positive, or that you're angry, or that you're pissed. You're going to have all these emotions throughout the day. So don't sit on that one emotion and let that be the whole day. Don't let one moment be the whole day. Don't let one up control your life or your week or your month. Don't let one issue be the entire day. To remind yourself that this is just a bad moment. I'm going to get over this moment. This is just a bad hour. I'm going to get over this hour. This is just a bad day. I'm going to have a better day tomorrow. You have to make that micro. Make your good things macro, make your bad things micro. You have to manifest good things. You have to love yourself. Nobody will love you until you love yourself. And God gave you gifts. You have attributes, damn it. You just need to find out what they are and utilize them. You got to be open to that. You can't be negative or you're going to miss it. The clock is ticking. Your time is running out. Quit making excuses in life. Quit pointing the finger and trying to say, okay, this is just what I am. Quit setting your expectations and boxing out your goals in life and saying, this is all I am. No, you are more than that. You are whatever you want to be. I don't care what color you are, what gender you are, your education or where you come from. You are whatever the you want to be. But you've got to go manifest it, and you've got to put in the work. It's not easy. So as long as you're willing to grind and put in the work, and you stay positive and you manifest stuff, and you don't let those bad moments, those worst days control you, you get to where you want to go. You'll create your own map. 28,000 days is the average life. 28,000 days. What are you doing with each day? And you got to make each day count. And I know that's what cliche, what people say, but you really got to make each day count. Like I go in there, I struggle. I'm like, oh, I got to do something today. I have to kick myself in the ass sometimes to do anything. Quit making excuses. Your time right now is to go out and live your best life and be the best person that you can possibly be. And sometimes you're going to up. And sometimes you're going to have bad days. And sometimes it's going to seem like the worst days are still to come. And guess what? They are. But you know what else is to come? The best days. The best hasn't even happened yet. That's a fact. Because when you get through these storms, you get through these battles, there's blessings. We let intimidation and bad things dictate, like I said, the hour and the day. Stop. Make all that small. Start focusing on you controlling the day. Don't let one bad thing define the entire day, week, month, any of it. Don't let it be your headline. Your headline needs to be positivity, affirmations. Tell yourself good things. Focus forward. Fail forward. Continue to prevail. Don't take shit. Don't quit. Bust your ass. Don't take no for an answer. And don't cut yourself short by limiting yourself in your beliefs. Believe you can and you will. Bam! And we've all been in there where it's just, it rains, it pours. Well, yeah, that's what when it rains, and sometimes it pours. But you know what happens when it's done raining and pouring? A rainbow comes out and you just got your blessing. You went through your battle and you got your blessing. You stayed the course. We allow what people's status is to really determine how we're going to act. I mean, think about it. You pull into a parking lot with whatever car you have, And if there's many more nicer cars than yours, in most cases, you're like, oh, shit, it's kind of an embarrassing car. Or if your car is definitely the nicest and you're like, holy shit, I got the nicest car in the parking lot and you got a lot of swagger. It really and it's sad, but that's the life we live in. You know, people are chasing likes more than they are love, more than they are money. It's like me, like me, like me, like me, which is crazy. But it's the world we live in. Almost always you want to be the buffalo. There are times you need to be the storm. What's that mean, Jason? Great question. That means when you're the storm, everything is up for grabs, meaning no more time for bullshit. All in, let's go. You control the entire landscape. Being a buffalo means you have your map, you're ready to rock and roll. Oh, here's the storm. You run through it and hit it head on. When you're the storm, you're making the happen. You're the one that controls all of it. And it's hard to do and you can't do it every time. But there are times you got to be the storm. How to grow, how to hire, how to build culture. You know, there's 3 reasons why people take a job. 1, they take the job because they see career opportunity. They see the advancement. They see the staircase of growth. They're like, oh, I could do that. And you got to have real life examples. You got to showcase those employees that have started with you and grown up so you can say, hey, look, this can be you. That's 1. 2, money. Obviously, people want to chase some money. I get that. 3 is culture. You've got to learn how to do all 3 for your company. We're spending over $10 million a month on all digital ad spend to get customers. That's right. $10 million a month, $120 million a year. Do the math on that. You ain't met a that spends money like that to grow their business. So I want to take my knowledge and my experience and everything that I've got, my wins and my losses. People never want to talk about their losses. They want to beat their chest. I'm the champ. You a chump. Real men, real strength deal with their losses and hit them head on. Real can talk about it. They don't get all bowed up and like they're badasses on the phone and run their mouth on internet. No. And they think that they're God's greatest gift. I mean, they're all the same. Oh, I get the cars and I'm this guy and I'm yeah, look at me. I've never had money before. I went through that stage, dude. Trust me. Douchebag stage is what I call it. You need to learn to be real with people. They need to understand that not only are you relevant, but that you're relatable. They're like, that could be me. Like, how can I be better? Well, first of all, you got to do a gut check in the mirror and say, how can I be better? You got to first own your problems. Okay. And 2, you got to talk about your losses with yourself, because if you just lose and you suppress it, you're not learning anything from it. You've got to swallow that and learn from a loss. You know, I'm here to talk about losses. I'm here to say, look, I've been to the top and then had my whole legs cut off and fell to the bottom, and I'm building the back up. That's what the I'm doing. Become the storm. You're going to make your path and create the landscape that you want. You're going to take your to the next level. You're not going to take no for an answer. You're not going to make excuses. You're not going to procrastinate, waste time. You're going to challenge yourself and push yourself. You need to get coaching so you can be held accountable. You're going to put down your KPIs. You're going to put down your 30, 60, 90, 180 goals, and you're going to go crush it. That's what you need to do. That's what you need to get out of my show. If anything else, you need to get that out of my show. You need to be like, that makes sense. Ding, the bell went off. I got to go out there and do this. I don't care if you're a single mom or you're stuck in a dead-end job or you just opened a company and you're struggling or the company is flourishing and you're doing 40, 50 million a year. Any one of those, I'm talking to all of you. You're hitting bumps, do something about it. And if you're not hitting bumps, then start becoming the storm so you can build the landscape up, because bumps need to come, because after you go through battles, you get blessings. Winning doesn't care how sore you are. Winning doesn't care how much sleep you get. Winning doesn't care how hard you work at times. And sometimes a guy might outwork you and it isn't fair and he wins. And sometimes there's no justice to that. Winning requires all of you and then more, and it's the promises you nothing. It's a mastermind in your own mind. Fear and doubt in your own mind. It causes setback after setback. So question is about winning. Are you willing to sacrifice everything you've got for the unknown? Are you willing to take a chance and not have what you want? Are you willing to sit here and put in all the effort because you want to win so bad, and the results might not be where you want to, what you want them to be? In order to win, if that's what you want to do and that's what makes you happy, then you've got to figure out what the cost of that is and is it worth it? Maybe your job is, you're in sales and you want to win. Well, how the do you win? Well, you've got to study. I'm a big believer in any kind of sales, any kind of position. Life is like a golf course, right? We all have our own rough that we got to deal with, the out of bounds, the water, the sand bunker, all that shit. It's the same thing in sales. You can't make excuses that one guy's numbers are better than yours. Your score is your score. And the cost there of winning is that person that's winning, they're sacrificing more than you. They're putting in more effort, more time, more energy, studying more, doing the things they need to do to win. Sometimes when you win, you lose. Sometimes you sacrifice too much to win. Sometimes you think and you're chasing the wrong thing to win, and you lose something you really enjoyed and had. We have to have more gratitude and be grateful for what we have and not worry and stress about what we don't have. Now, don't get that twisted with, I still want to win. I want to climb the mountaintop. I want to be at the top of the mountain. I want to raise my hand. I want to do all the things. And if you're listening to my show, you probably want to do all the things too. But you got to pick what you're going to sacrifice and what you're chasing to win. First of all, you have to ask yourself if you want to win it. Because if you don't want to win it, this show today is not for you. If you just like where you're at and you're not hungry, this show's not for you. You should probably turn the fucking show off. Listen to something else. Go listen to somebody that's going to tell you, hey, it's okay. Here's your participation trophy. Good job, Jimmy. I'm not going to be that guy. I'm going to tell you that, look, if you want to win, you got to listen to the show. You got to pay attention. You got to write down what the it is you want to win at. Everybody's life's different. Everybody's version of winning is completely different. What is winning to you? First of all, you got to ask that question. What is winning to me? What is it that I need to do to win? What looks like a win to me? What is it I'm winning at? Like, you start writing all this stuff down. Then you say, what is it going to cost me to win? What do I got to put in to win? What is my risk versus the reward? How do I get to the next level? And she literally in the gym, I haven't seen her in a long time. I'm like, well, Trump's probably win. She goes, I bet you'd suck his and get orange stuff lipstick all over your face. And I'm like, what? What did you just say? Are you like? And she got so angry. I've never seen her that way. And I bring this up because I see this all the time. That the left plays this, I'm holier than thou, I'm all for the people, I'm anti-division, I want everyone to succeed, but if you give me Trump, I'm leaving the country and I'm wishing the worst on you and I'm going to say all these hateful, screaming things. We didn't do that with Biden. We weren't screaming and yelling and calling him names and being vicious and saying these inappropriate things. Like, we were just like, he's a dumbass and he's old. And we let it go. You guys are just so much. It's just so exhausting. We waste millions and millions and billions of dollars for elections, for egos, for somebody to say, pick me, I'll be in charge. Why don't we spend that money in real change and paying teachers more and research for cancer and helping families out that need help? The reason why everyone wants to come here is because we've always done the right thing. We have secured borders. You have to go through the process to be a citizen. We offer the best opportunity for jobs. We have the best military. We offer some of the best healthcare out there. We got to do better at schooling. Like, all of those things, right? We're diluting that by just bringing people in where cities are going bankrupt and broke, having to spend all this money on immigration and give them credit cards and do, like, guys. And I feel bad for people needing asylum. I get it. But it's not our problem. It's not our problem. You're allowed to protest. You're allowed to be upset. You're not allowed to say death to America. You're not allowed to take down our flag. Like, how dare you? We're not even in this war. Like, stop. Of course, we're going to support. Do you guys remember what's happened in Israel over time? Like, guys, it's not our place to get involved in everything. And it's not our place to allow everyone to come in our country. Like, there's going to be a civil war one day because you got all these pansy sticks on the left side that push and push and push and push and push and pull and say all the until the punches them right in the face. Everybody's a gangster till a gangster walks in. Everybody thinks they're a badass till they get punched in the mouth. And I got news for you. All these people that are acting like that, that's the kind of that happens. Like, this is ridiculous. My kids have to grow up seeing this death to America. Take your whatever you are ass and get the out then. Not death to America. Death to you, Like, what the Like, why do we have to deal with this Why do we have to get up and pay taxes and fight in the military and protect this country and do all these things for people to just come in here free of charge, not have to jump through hoops, don't know who you are, wear a mask on your face like a chicken and run your mouth? Why? It's wrong. Shouldn't have a right to do that. It's so inappropriate. It's just so disgusting. It's frustrating. You shouldn't say death to America ever. Like, to me, those are fighting words. You're my enemy when you say that. I asked these kids that were getting ready to go to college with their grades. And I said, let me ask you something. Jimmy, what is your grade? I have a 4.0. Great. Jenny, what's yours? I'm a 3.5. Great. Kinsey, what's yours? I'm a 3.7. Great. Steve, what's yours? I'm a 2.5. Great. So they're all applying for different colleges. And I asked them, I said, what if all of you guys blended? Like, what if we took the average of your grades? So, you got a 4.0 and you got a 3.7, you got a 3.5, you got a 2.5. So we averaged them all at 3.2. So you guys all get a 3.2 and then you apply for your colleges. Would that be fair? And they're like, no. Well, of course it wouldn't be fair. Why wouldn't it be fair? Well, because I worked harder. So you want to penalize taxes on somebody who makes more. I'm not saying they should pay more taxes. They should, but they shouldn't pay a higher percentage. If I make $1,000 and I pay 10%, I make $100,000 and I pay 10%. I make $1 million and I pay 10%. I make $5 million, I pay 10%. I'm still paying more. I'm still paying more because I made more. So I'm still contributing more than someone making less. And I see this person wrote, Biden has accomplished more in 1 year, Trump did in 4. Right? Trump did, like, are you serious? This guy's a moron. He murdered 1.2 million. First of all, the COVID killed everybody. It's not he murdered anybody. And secondly, dude, I don't even know what Biden's accomplished because I know everything around me costs more. Let me tell you what isn't nonsense, because during that time when he was elected, you have Black Lives Matter. Well, I ain't seen Black Lives Matter marching anywhere right now. And I'm not saying Black lives don't matter, because I think they do matter. I think all lives matter. But I also think that nobody's marching. And they only marched, in my opinion, to prove a point for political reasons and being pushed because Trump was in office. And that hurt him getting reelected. So I'm helping a company that does bricks and concrete in Michigan and Indiana, like fixes your bricks and concrete. And he's like, he's never done financing in his life. He said, I did $5 million in sales last year. We don't do financing. I said, brother, we're going to A, find you a financing company, which he's got 2 now. And B, you need to make an ad with a call to action. Hey, have you thought about fixing your bricks or your concrete, but you're scared it costs too much? Great news. We have 0% interest for 24 months and you can finance today. Give us a call. Is he up 400% 1 month in sales? Like, he's obsessed with what we're doing. He didn't know what ROAS was. He didn't know what a call to action was. He's been doing this for 5 years, right? So it's important that you guys, first of all, are like, hey, this is what we're great at. We're great at software sales. We've got a great vision. We've got a great idea. We're a great partnership. We bring all this, but we need to expand. So self-improvement or reaching out and bringing people on that help build this Avengers type team to take it to the next level is the first step. Because a lot of folks sit in your guys' shoes and go, I'll figure it out on my own. And that probably cost me 2 or 3 years of pain I didn't need at the beginning. When you go into a home or when you're talking to a client, what is the best way to sell? Because a lot of people just go in there, wheel and deal. And that was great like 15 years ago. Right now it's about listening. And it's about finding those pain points. And it's about finding the reason why you're there and making them tell you that. And it's about building rapport. And it's about letting your guard down, but helping them put their guard down. We all know this. And whether you've done in-home sales, you've done anything that any of you guys have done, people don't want to be sold. So they automatically have their guard up and they're scared that you're going to take advantage of them. Even if they invite you in the home, even if they called you for the service, they feel like they're not getting the best deal and their guard is up. Your job as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, as a salesperson, as a broker, as a real estate agent, is to get that guard to come down and have a relationship with them. Your job is to make them trust you. You know, you need to be networking. We talked about it. In today's world, you have to be posting on social media. You are your own brand. It's not just your company. It's not just you. You are your brand, because if people know you, they need to know what you do. So you need to be posting what you do or about what you do every day. You can't fall into that group of people that go, I just don't really use social media. Then you shouldn't run a damn business. Well, I don't really want to be on social media much. Then you shouldn't be running a business. That's how this works. If you're running a business, you're the face of that business. You're the brand of that business. You're the thing that makes that business run. How are you going to hire employees if they don't even see who or what you're about? People that work for you want to be want you to be relatable to them, and people that buy from your company, they want to know who you are. That's a fact. If you're going to put your name on a website, you need to have some information on your social media, and your company's social media should be posting all the time. And I don't care what you do in business, you should always have testimonials. But that's one thing that's super important, that in the two businesses that two kind of industries I was in before, is getting a testimonial. These testimonials, you put them on the website, you put them on social media. People want credibility, right? They're going to buy from you because they're interested. You've ran an ad with a call to action. You're getting them all the points they want, but they want credibility. Like, they want to know who you are, why you're doing what you're doing. Are there other people that have done this? Are they the only ones? Nobody wants to be the first customer ever, right? You always have to act as if, even if it's your first home you're selling, or your first haircut you're doing, or whatever it is, you can never act like that's the first customer. You got to act like you've done this a million times before, because that confidence will allow them to trust in you. I'm real big into testimonials. Reviews and testimonials are huge.